Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have another courageous person on our channel today, a little channel takeover for mental health stories. This person is named Seth. He has his own YouTube channel called Black Guy White America. The link is in the description below. Our friend Seth here is being completely vulnerable about sharing his story about being addicted to pornography, going through the whole no-fap phase, and how this has changed his life. And this obviously relates to mental health, what we talk about on the channel here. So this is a very, very important story that he's telling. Please listen, go check out his channel. It's great. Here's Seth.
Hey, what's up guys? So my name is Seth. I'm from the YouTube channel Black White Guy in America, and Scott had me on to talk about the adverse mental effects of too much pornography consumption. And that is such a thing. I was one of the guys who was hooked on pornography for quite a while. It's dangerous because it's so easily accessible. You can access it at pretty much any point that you want to these days. I remember I would look at pornography driving to work in the morning, and not just look, but I would be like actively looking at pornography driving to work, if you know what I mean. So it's not getting any easier for guys these days. And it's one of those silent killers. You know, you don't understand just how bad it is for you until you take a big step back. And that's exactly what I did. And in doing so, I was able to see just where my life had gone wrong. Okay? My life was in shambles, and I didn't realize it because I thought that it was normal. I didn't understand that pornography was the culprit behind my crappy life. See, my lack of motivation, my inability to perform my work duties, some of the most basic work duties I couldn't perform, you know, not having a strong enough erection when I was having sex. Sometimes I had ED, and some guys have it worse. Some guys just can't get it up whatsoever. And you know, this addiction, it's relatively new, so we can't really confirm that it's the pornography, but what's happening now is guys are taking matters into their own hands and experimenting for themselves. So it's not a wonder that when they stop looking at pornography, all of the things in their life that are going to shit start getting better. Essentially what's taking place is when you're watching pornography, you are, I should say high-speed pornography, that's really the issue. You're triggering the release of dopamine in the brain like you wouldn't believe, like crazy. And it's you do it so often that you become numb to your reality. If I keep giving you candy as a kid, you're gonna get tired of candy every day, okay? Because your reward system for candy is just like, it's shot. So most guys consume pornography like they binge consume. And when you consume it over and over, your reality, you just become numb to reality. Your life becomes gray, it becomes dull. You feel lifeless, lethargic. You know, I can go on with the whole list of things. And for me, it was my motivation to do well for myself in life. It was my ability to perform as a man. It was my ability to, there's so many things that had gone wrong. And I think the point in which I knew I had a problem is when I started questioning my sexuality. You know, you get in your head so much with this pornography. It's inside of you. And I was questioning my sexuality to the point to where I was confused. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Why am I experiencing these thoughts about other guys when I know that I am straight? That's torture. And so I had to look it up. I looked it up online, and I found that there were other guys going through the same thing. And that's what led me to stop. You see, what happens is most guys wait for the addiction to get so bad that they have no choice but to stop. I can't tell you how many of my friends have gotten erectile dysfunction and then finally they quit. You know, it's really sad. And it's not getting any easier to stop because it's, again, so accessible to anyone at any time. You know, this addiction is very real, and scientists, doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, they aren't going to acknowledge it yet because it's so new, but it is very real. And again, you're going to have to take it into your own hands when you want to finally get over it, because it is horrible for the brain. It is really bad for the brain. All I can really say is that the quality of my life since I've stopped looking at pornography has drastically changed. And I didn't want this to be an educational video because I don't want to educate anyone on this. There are tons of good articles out there, but I just want for any guy who is watching pornography to just stop. You cannot realize how badly you're affecting your life. You may think it's normal, but it is not. Your brains were not equipped to handle that rapid release of dopamine. It doesn't matter what it was. Even if we were talking about, I don't know, petting cats. You pet a cat and your dopamine starts going crazy. That would be bad. I mean, you want to prevent yourself from doing anything that overstimulates the dopamine, and pornography is just the huge culprit when it comes time to that. Again, I can't tell you the quality of life that I live now compared to before is just phenomenal. I would never go back to it. So I hope you guys take my word on this. This is very real, it's very live, and it's very unfortunate that so many guys are gonna fall victim to this silent killer time and time again, especially our young boys, 12-year-olds. I get emails from 12-year-old kids, talking about they're addicted and how do I stop? So yeah, take your life into your own hands. Eliminating things like pornography will do wonders for both your physical and your mental and your spiritual state. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later.